Hi guys, this is Joe Kelly. Today's topic is about why you're not booking speaking roles or why you're not booking the roles that you would like to be booking. So basically, you might be wanting to have, roles that are more impactful to the story and more impactful to the audience. So you might be just starting and you're doing a lot of extra work and you're really eager to get into those speaking parts. Or you might be further along the line and you might have some little co-stars here and there, but you're really ready for some meatier and juicier parts that will enable you to to be part of the team and have some impact on the story and some impact on the audience. It'll be an opportunity for you to to feel all that aliveness and all of that passion and talent that you have burning inside of you. And it can feel a little bit frustrating when you feel that you're stuck at a certain level, whether you're doing a lot of extra work and you want those speaking parts and you have no idea how to get there, or you feels like it's a difficult transition to make, it's a difficult thing to figure out, and you might have the exact same problem no matter what level you're at, no matter what level of roles or what size of roles you have. There's nothing wrong, of course, with littler roles. They're all part of the story, but you might feel that you're ready for more, and yet it might be annoying because you might not know how to get there, right? And what we're going to be looking at today is is really why that is happening, because I see that a lot of actors are doing a lot of external activities to reach out, to network, to drop off, to a lot of commercial and business type of actions that are being taken in order to get those different roles, the ones that you want, the speaking roles and the bigger roles and the more independent roles or the more studio roles. Which what we're going to look at today is mindset, right? So when you're positioning yourself or when you're feeling that you are a victim in this whole industry and that you're stuck where you're at in non-speaking roles or in roles that are now feeling like they're too small for you and you're ready for the bigger ones, but you feel stuck because you have no idea how to have access to more. That victim mentality, that mentality that feels like I can't do anything about it, it's just the way it is and I'm stuck where I'm at and there's no, the fact that you might think that you're a victim of what's happening and there's nothing you can do about it is specifically what is keeping you stuck in those roles. It's nothing that has to do with the industry or with your skills. It really has to do with the way that you think about it. So you might think there's nothing I can do about it, and in a way, why are you thinking that way? Because you might think somehow deep inside that your worth is not a match for what you're wanting, right? So there's a self-worth thing going on that is preventing you from actually taking action towards your goals. So you're kind of staying stuck in a position where it should be taken care of by the outside because I don't have enough worth in me to make this happen and to generate the results that I want. So I am like complaining and saying that it's unfair and saying that it's too difficult. And the reason why you might be experiencing like self-worth or finding yourself reasoning like a victim in this situation is because you've been trained out of your worth when you were little. So the conditioning that we've all had at home and at school when we were children, we've been raised to not trust our worth. We've been raised to trust other people's worth. We've been raised to do what others say. We've been raised to obey. We've been raised with authority. We've been raised to listen at school, to shut up and be quiet and do what you're told. We haven't ever been raised, nurtured where we're at, nurtured in our own desires. At school, you do what you're told. You don't do what you want, except if you went to a very progressive school, which were very rare in the past, but are starting to be more present now. My kids go to a school where nothing is being expected of them. There's no academics, there's no classroom, there's no grades, there's no homework. They can just do whatever they want. So what's being worked on is that whoever you are, we can trust is worthy and will become whatever it needs to become for you to work for you. And our traditional education is the opposite of that. It's like, you don't know shit, you're gonna do it all wrong, your behavior doesn't work, your emotions don't work, let's repress everything and let's shove things down your throat so you do exactly what you're told, you follow in line, you get back in line when you're not behaving correctly. And that's the way we raise children. So you are probably, most of us are the product of that type of conditioning. So there is no self-worth. We're definitely raised as victims, like, okay, we need people from the outside to tell us what we need to do because there is an authority and we should listen to it, right? But when you stay there for a little bit, you might notice that that doesn't get you where you want. It doesn't make you feel like you want. It doesn't make you fulfilled. It doesn't give you the results that you want. So it's actually not by not sitting with your worth that you're going to get what you want. What's going to get you what you want in those speaking parts or those media roles, again, whichever level you're at, you know, even if you're having recurring guest stars and you want to move to recurring roles, it's really about doing the work, undoing the conditioning, undoing this resistance and all the wiring that makes you believe that you're not enough and that basically you need more and more learning, undoing that and remuscling up your instinct so that you can start going from a place of being a victim and having no clue how to move through your challenges to being really empowered, and to making sure that you're working on your instrument in a way that that trains it to be really itself, its own worth, and not to be better. You're not training to improve. You're perfect already. You're not training to become better. You're perfect already. I'm actually going to share a free resource at the end of this live. It's called Stop Trying to Be a Good Actor so you have a chance at being great. So I'll share that in the comments afterwards. So when you retrain yourself, we call it reset, when you reset yourself to be your own true, powerful, limitless, instinctive, free self, well then, you know, it's a cascade of events. When you're completely free and authentic, your headshots are completely free and authentic. When you have that, your reel is a reflection of your instrument. When you have headshots and a reel that are a perfect reflection of the real talent that you are, then you find the agent and the team that you need to find. When you have that agent or that team, then you get those auditions. When you have that instrument that's completely free and liberated and authentic, you book those auditions, right? Or those callbacks and then those auditions. And when you get those roles, then it loops in an upward spiral. Then you get, you know, a better team, better auditions, etc., etc., etc. So to sum it up, the reason why you might feel that you're stuck in non-speaking roles or in the roles that seem too small for you now and you want to have bigger roles or more important roles has nothing to do with the industry. It really has to do with your reaction to it. And if you do the work to undo that, then you can actually move to an empowered place where your actions actually match with who you are. And then it's a domino effect, right? It's not just, why am I not getting those parts? There's steps that get you those parts, and they start with you. And if you are in a place of not having worth, you get those parts that match what you think of your worth. And when that changes, you get those other parts that match what you now think of your worth, right? So I'll share the free training. If you have any questions, let us know. We're still helping people out during COVID. So if you feel that you're financially challenged and you want to work with us, let us know. If you are not financially challenged, then let us know too. And so we have kind of a sliding scale. You we have a plan, a financial solution to help you out if you're in trouble, or we have our regular rates. All right. Thank you guys.